Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I wanted to put this video out right here. I think that we're gonna have a bit of a quiet, next week or so. We just got Easy DOKKANFEST Piccolo, who's really awesome. And then next week is gonna be Goku Day, which I think we potentially could see some sort of new difficult content or something like that. I am sort of hoping / anticipating that. So if Dokkan like goes by like Goku Day and they don't drop like content, I am gonna I think dock some points. I think it's about time for like a new red zone or something like that. And this is the type of celebration where they could and should do that, right? So we do know pretty much completely what Global's next, what am I gonna call this video? Okay, so we're gonna say May. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know what Global's next 5 months are like, right? Now, there's a couple characters that we don't know for sure yet what they're going to be. So the very next summonable unit for Global is going to be the Part 2 LR for this Golden Week celebration, right? Which is, we have Goku and Piccolo from the 23rd World Tournament. Now, I mean, these characters are the climax of that tournament, right? Like, Piccolo, there's still a lot of animations left on the table from both characters, but Goku's headbutt is what ends the fight, right? Piccolo doing the super explosive wave, his active skill, that is like, setting up the final part of the fight. So it's like, these cover that fight. What is the Part 2 LR going to be? Maybe Piccolo, just a regular Piccolo Jr., because this is Piccolo Jr. giant form. That would be awesome. Maybe a Demon King Piccolo. Demon King Piccolo is a character that needs an LR, right? Like, Kid Buu doesn't need a Dokkan Fest. He needs an LR. Omega Shenron doesn't need a Dokkan Fest. He needs an LR. Demon King Piccolo doesn't need, well, I mean, he could use an LR, but he needs a Dokkan Fest, right? So I don't know. I mean, Demon King Piccolo would be good, but I would like the LR to be a character that would buff Piccolo Jr. That's what I think. And then preferably the next JP Dokkan Fest is going to be Lord Slug. I think he would be, that is like the best thing they could do. So we'll have this Part 2 LR again, whoever you think, Piccolo Jr., Goku, Kid Goku, Demon King Piccolo, right? Some character like that. So then we will go ahead and move on. And then Global, at the start of June, the last day of May, they're going to get the first Dokkan Fest that JP got of the year. Last year it was Ginyu. This year it's going to be Super 17. This unit has, let me just pull up my Easy TUR tier list. Perhaps this can, or excuse me, not my Easy, my Dokkan Fest TUR list, which I put up yesterday. Just so I could sort of show you guys that I just don't really see a ton of value in this character, right? Like, if I would pull up this list, this is how I rank the 17s. It's like, they are a villain. We need villains. But it's like, this doesn't, I don't know. This doesn't really cut it. This character just wasn't strong enough. And their leader skill sucks. Oftentimes, I am telling players to summon for really strong leader skills. I think that could help you out a lot. It's just like, there's no value on this banner. You just do not want to, you don't want to go for this character. You just don't. I think it's a gross mistake if you summon for the 17s. I don't think it's a good idea. So we have that, right? So that's going to be the next, Dokkan Fest after the Part 2 LR. Then Global gets the April LR in June. This is the last banner before the actual main anniversary banners. This pattern has maintained since 2020. This has been a thing. So, I'd say chances are very good at this. Now, I think if Buu as a Part 2 LR in this celebration makes no sense whatsoever, because the Part 1 at the start of April for JP was Kale, and then Buu was in Part 2. I don't think Dokkan operates in any manner with Dokkan at the front of its, or with Global at the front of its mind, right? So I don't think they make JP decisions thinking about Global. I just based off of their behavior over years, I don't think they do. But I mean, maybe you can make the case that they know how this celebration turns out on Global, right? Where the Dokkan Fest comes out probably in August. We're going to get there. And then the LR comes out way sooner, right? So Buu and Kale have nothing to do with each other. On Global, it works out because the characters don't, like, there's no real, carry over on their celebration, just besides the fact that Buu technically is on Kale's leader skill, but that's about it. So we do have LR Super Buu. Again, I mean, Super Buu is an upgrade to the yellow coin banner format. as in it's now only 7 characters. It's just a normal Dokkan Fest, right? Like the 23rd World Tournament Goku and Piccolo, their banner had more featured units than Super Boo's banner, but that doesn't matter. The characters on this banner were pretty ass. You don't want to summon for Boo. I think it is another mistake as a global player if you summon for Boo. So you don't want to do that. Then we move into the anniversary. Last year's part 1 was July 8th. Perhaps we would see this character on July 8th. As of right now, I still believe this is the best unit in the game. I suppose that, it's about 2 months until Global gets this character. Last year, the 7th anniversary LRs were replaced Tanabata, which is the Dokkan Fest LR that comes out at the end of June on JP. So we'll see if that holds true this year again. So this might end up being like the second best unit in the game when they arrive on Global, but they're still really good. They are, probably 23rd World Tournament Goku's best friend. This is the character that brings that Goku to full power. This is the character where Goku can best utilize his revive and his full power with this character on the team, for sure. All right, so we have this GT Goku and Vegeta. Then we'll move into part 2 of the anniversary for Global. Last year was Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta. Just a horrendous decision. People call the 7th anniversary the best celebration in Dokkan history, but I feel like in hindsight now, this part 2, really, it's just, I don't know, kind of like shitty yellow coin shattering the limit LRs for Great Ape Vegeta and Kaioken Goku is just really weird. This year, though, the characters had almost no hype behind them. You had the intro Carnival LRs, right? So this Goku is from the Dragon Ball Kai intro, and then Kid Gohan is from the Dragon Ball Z intro. They're both very good. I would say much stronger than Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta were. But, these guys don't really carry a ton of hype. Now, this guy, thinking upon it and stuff like that, I probably would rank this guy above, I think, the 23rd World Tournament Goku, the base Goku. I think I would. I'd rank this guy above, because the 23rd World Tournament Goku, he has much higher potential, but again, I maintain, once people fall out of that honeymoon phase with 23rd World Tournament Goku, they'll see the issues. I maintain that I think he's balanced well, he's very good, but there's just a level of defensive consistency and excellence with this character that I think is really good. This unit is great to run, and this guy has one of my favorite mechanics any character has. I just feel like you want to run this guy a bunch and you will see how busted this is. This shit is so good, right? This heal at the end of the turn when you're below 40% HP, I think that this is maybe one of the strongest lines, right? So, if we go, the easiest way I could describe this is, if we go here, right? I think the single strongest, bullet point line in any character's passive is this Goku, This is probably the single strongest, bullet point. I might look through some of these characters and see, but I can't imagine there's a bullet that's better than that right there. That's too good. But this Carnival Goku, I do think his is up there, man. It's a really strong ability. Keep in mind that this character was also buffed as well. Now, this is not an evade, but this is a nullification. So this will work against Broly and other bosses that cancel dodge. So he got a little bit buffed, right? I love this character. I think he's great. This is an awesome A+ character. Now, I do think Global should skip these Carnival banners too. You definitely do not want to summon on this. But this is where I think Global players are in a pretty good spot. Because, dude, you look at these banners that are coming up on Global, right? Super 17, who cares? Super Boo, no. These are must. Anniversary Part 1 is a must summon, right? Always. The only thing I would say, if you're not gonna summon on the Anniversary Part 1 and you're instead gonna focus on the Worldwide Download Celebration, I do think that's smart. The Worldwide Download Celebration characters, were much better last year. And remember, specifically on Global, they take forever to return. 11 months to return for the Part 1 Worldwide Download Celebration characters. Tech Carnival Goku and STR Final Form Cooler have not returned yet on Global. So, as a Global player, over these next couple of months, conserving your stones and focusing on the Worldwide Download Celebration units probably is a better idea, even than Anniversary, but I mean, it's going to be very tough to not summon on this, right? The banner's good, the characters are good. Anniversary Part 1 banners are safe to summon on, right? For sure, for sure. Part 2, though, I just can't recommend it. You know, it's like the Carnival LRs are good, but Worldwide Download Celebration banners are right there, dude. Like, it's like, you know, you don't want to go for this, I don't think. Then at the start of August, so this is... It's just comedy. Look at this character the last 2 years. Raditz and then Kale. Like, I just... Raditz maybe... Like, if he was, like, super busted, right? Like, imagine Raditz was, like, Piccolo Jr. or something like that. Like, in terms of, like, how good he was. It probably would have been a little bit different. Because a lot of people don't remember this now. But Ginyu carried no hype. Literally, it was, like, me and Goresh. We were streaming Elden Ring when this guy was announced, and we were like, oh, it's Ginyu! Like, me and Gresh were super pumped. And then I open up Twitter, and everyone's saying, yes, Global W! He's gonna come in June, it's gonna be an easy skip for us. And then they made this guy so ridiculously busted, that then by the time he came out on Global, everyone seemed to summon, and everyone loved Ginyu, right? Like, this is a character that carried no hype, but they made him ridiculously busted, ridiculously fun, and gave him a good team, and people loved it, right? So it's like, they easily could have done that with Raditz. Like, the history of Raditz in this game, Raditz could be remembered very similarly to Ginyu. They could have, but they just chose to Raditz his ass, unfortunately. But I mean, this is another easy skip for Global. Kale is very dominant. I think she's one of the best units in the game. She's very close to a top 10 unit in the game overall. She probably doesn't make it, but she's very close. But it's just, the problem is you do need one Universe 6 category ally for Kale to be at full power, and basically there's 0 good Universe 6 characters besides her. LR, Kale, and Caulifla are good, but not turn 1, slot 1, which is the weakness for this Kale. That, like, you know, once you get deep into the fight and LR, Kale, and Caulifla are stacking, yeah, no shit, they're good. But that's not the problem. The problem is turn 1, right? Once Kale and LR, Kale, and Caulifla get going, I mean, they might be one of the best rotations in the game, for sure. But, I mean, you still have to get there, right? So I think global players just shouldn't even bother with Kale. There's no point, right? And then after that, we move into the Worldwide Download Celebration, right? Which is, you know, I maintain that this is the best celebration in Dokkan history. And I feel like if you just compare the celebration info head to head, it's like crystal clear as day. There was never more content. I think like better banners. Like, you go through everything. I think this is just the best by far, this celebration. This Worldwide Download Celebration. So I am really, really excited for the Worldwide Download Celebration this year. I mean, could you imagine if they dropped double Vegito? It would be the peak of Dokkan. Like if they, I'm serious. If the celebration is part 1, it doesn't matter. I mean, Boo and Super Vegito either could be a Dokkan Fest, either could be a Carnival LR. I don't think it matters. That, you know, maybe that's part 1. And then part 2 is Blue Vegito and Zamasu. And again, either could be a Carnival LR or Dokkan Fest. It doesn't matter. None of those 4 characters, Fusion, Zamasu, Super Vegito, Blue Vegito, or Buhan, none of them specifically need a Dokkan Fest or an LR. They could be either, right? Carnival LR or Dokkan Fest LR. It doesn't really matter. But I think that would, and if, you know, if they make it the quality of this, like, imagine if there's a Vegito rap going into it or some shit like that. Like, I'm telling you, that would be the best celebration in Dokkan history. Right? Like, it would double Vegito. And it would make sense. I mean, we haven't gotten a new Vegito card since still Super Saiyan 4 Vegito in 2020. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense why they haven't gone back to Vegito. It's actually, at this point, I would just say it's legitimately a bad business decision by Dokkan to go this long without Vegito, right? Like, you could, you know, oh, we're saving up, right? Like, I think if they go like a year and a half without a Gogeta or something like that, that's smart, right? People got a lot of Gogetas, then they're gonna hunger for a Gogeta, and then boom, you spit one out and people are gonna love it. But they did way too much. Vegito, I think like a year and a half between these big hype fusions is fine. These characters are always going to be the most hype. They're always going to bring in the most money. People still say that the 5th anniversary LRs are the most hype, like, anniversary LRs and stuff like that. Why? Because it's Blue Vegito and Blue Gogeta, right? Like, those are the pinnacle of Dragon Ball, basically. So, I would love a double Vegito worldwide. But I want to just, you know, look you know, global player, Charles, in the face and say, listen, are you going to be comfortable summoning for, who's a good, Kale? Are you going to feel comfortable summoning for Kale and then they drop Carnival LR Super Vegito 2 weeks later? No. No, you're not. You gonna be happy summoning for, where's this bastard? Super 17? You want to summon for Super 17? And then they drop DOKKANFEST Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta that fuse into Blue Vegito? For part 2 of the Worldwide? Is that what you want? No. No. So, there we go. We know Global's... wait, what was it again? It was 5 months? Yeah, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we know Global's next 5 months. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching. We'll see what the part 2 LR is going to be in a couple of weeks here. And I'll catch you guys next time.